Okay, something a little bit different today. Going to do a review of this. This is the Makita BO5030/2 random orbital sander. So I've had this for about a year, just over. I bought it to replace my cheap £30 random orbital sander, which I had for close to 5 years prior to this one, but it gave up the ghost. So I bought this one. I paid £85 for it from Amazon, which is more than I normally pay for sanders, I suppose, but I thought, why not invest in a really, really good one? So yeah, it's 240 volt, 125mm discs, and yeah, so far I'm dead pleased with it. There's nothing special about it as far as I can see. It's got dust collection here, which is pretty full at the moment. It's not variable speed, it's single speed. It's got one off-on switch, and yeah, is it worth the £85? Well, put it this way: the previous one I had, £30 it cost. It lasted me for 5 years, and during that 5 years I probably did close to 500 bats with it, amongst a whole bunch of other stuff, projects as well, and I'm not really noticing a massive difference between the two, which that seems bad. That's not me selling the Makita particularly. If I'm not noticing a difference between an £85 product and a £30 product, the one big difference I am noticing is the vibrations. The vibrations in this are minimal compared to in the £30 one. I don't get pins and needles in my hand when I'm using it for long periods of time. But is that alone worth the £55 price difference? I'm not sure, and I guess I won't really be able to tell for another 4 years. I think the difference in the price is going to come through the longevity of the item. I'm imagining that this is going to last a lot longer than 5 years before it gives up. The other one, it literally just gave up mid-job, powered down, couldn't get it back working again. Changed the fuse, changed the socket, put a new plug on it, nothing worked. So I'm imagining that's going to be the case. With this, I assume it will last a whole lot longer than 5 years. Quick test and see what it does then. So I've just got a couple of pallet planks, just stripped down earlier. These are for a laser project. I've got an engraver sign, laser a sign on. So just get some fresh discs. I'm going to do my normal sanding routine on both of these. I've got an 80 grit, a 120, and finish with a 240. I do it on both sides. Okay, so I do the rough side first, and then I'll do the smooth side. Try to work out which one I'm most likely to use. These are really nice pallet boards. It almost doesn't look like pine. I don't know if you can see that there. The grain's a lot tighter than normally you get with pine pallet boards. Like this one I think is probably nicer. So let's have a go. Okay, so this is after one going over 80 grit. This is the side that was smoother in general. It's just highlighted a little bit of the unevenness, the snipe from when it was planed originally. It's the other side. It's a lot smoother, considerably smoother. I did the edges as well. Normally I would have clamped it in the vise for that, but I didn't bother this time. But yeah, let's see how much smoother we can get it with the 120. You see it's got the 8 holes. Line them up with the holes on the pad. That was the other thing I did find with my £30 one, is often the hook and loop system, Velcro system that it uses to secure the pads, that went dead quite quickly on the cheap one. And it hasn't done on this. So let's keep going. Okay, so after 120, a lot of these snipe marks coming out. So this is just a really quick sanding. Like for anything like project wise, I would probably sand this for a lot longer. I might start at 60 or 40. I might even paint it again, to be honest. But it seems only one side's going to be seen. It's going to have a lot of writing on it. It's going to be a big sign for like at a wedding, for people to find their tables, basically. Yeah. Let's go 240, see what happens. Okay, I mean that is as smooth as it gets. Just for comparison, that was the rough side of the sanded one. Just move that away from it. This is the rough side of the unsanded one, the other one I was going to use. The difference is like massive, which you'd expect. And then you flip them over, you see it just brings out a completely different colour in the wood. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it performs. Final thoughts. Was this bad boy worth the £85? Don't know. Sorry, I can't tell you the answer to that, but maybe I'll do another one of these videos in 5 years' time, and we'll see if it's still going. But as always, with your tools, if you're going to use them regularly, it's always better to invest in better quality tools. Like the one I had before this was literally £30 from Amazon, one of those cheap Chinese made things. It did well for what it was, but if you can afford the best, go with the best.